Okay, this is the neck fitted in the pocket, and I am reasonably pleased with how it fits, but when it's all the way in, you can see in here there is a slight gap between the heel and the body. So I need to try and find out why that's there and get rid of it, even though it's hidden by this. But the closer it is, the supposedly the better the transmission of vibration and, you know, longer sustain and all that stuff. So I've got to try and work out how to get it to fit properly. Now I have sanded this down because the thickness of the neck is too thick. It's 26 millimeters, or it was, and it should be 25, so I've sanded this down. It's not entirely a millimeter, but I'm going to see how that does and see if I can get the action to be correct. Now I've made a shape of the neck pocket here, and I've traced it on here, and it looks to me as if I need to reduce it here a bit, so I'm going to file this away. I'm doing this on the neck because the neck's a cheap, nasty one, and I don't really care about filing away and sanding away at it, and I don't want to change the neck pocket, which is looking reasonably good. The other problem that I've got is that I've made the neck pocket very slightly off center, which means I have to tweak the neck this way in order to get it to line up centrally with the bridge. But it's not very much, and I should be alright with that. If I get this to fit properly, it might make the whole thing a bit better anyway. So that's the next thing. Now that's looking better. That's a really good fit now. Don't know if you're going to be able to see in here, but that gap is now closed up. Now, as you can see, the neck is a very tight fit. This is staying there perfectly happily with no bolts or other means of support, so that's good, but I need to see how straight it is compared to the centre line here. So I'm going to line up this flat with the neck and mark it here, and the same on the other side. I've put masking tape down here so that I don't get pencil everywhere. And now I can see how central it is or not. Right, I've got a lot of pencil marks going on here, but this long one here is the centre line of the guitar, and this is the centre line of, it's halfway between the two marks I made with the ruler, so that's where the centre of the neck is pointing. So the neck needs to twist like that slightly. Now this isn't very much, and I can actually hold it in the right place by just pulling it. So I think we'll call that done and start drilling the holes for the neck. Right, this is the way that I mark necks. I have actually done this before, so that doesn't mean that it'll go according to plan, of course, but anyway, I clamp this with a piece of wood on the top, and this is a 5mm drill, and I'm going to put it in here and just twist it by hand, and that should mark the positions of those two places. Okay, I've set the lock on the drill press so it won't go lower than that. So I should stop before I go through the fretboard. So let's see how it goes. I'm just going to try one to start with, just to make sure it's in the right place. Okay, I've got that one in, and this is all lining up. Still lined up, so looking good.